she's stuck in a loop in her hobby, and she also feels like she is too afraid to speak up for herself and what she wants because she doesn't want to, like, disappoint people. Welcome back once again to a new book video. Now, this one is actually going to be an audiobook that I just recently finished, so I don't have the physical copy. And that book is The Heart Principle. Now, I first found out about this book through a booktuber that I usually watch because she was talking about it one day and I was like, huh, that sounds interesting. I might check it out. So I ended up getting it. So this review will contain spoilers for the Heart Principle book because it is a standalone, so it's a one book and done. So with that being said, let's get into the characters of this book. Now the characters of this book consist of Anna. She is a violinist who is stuck in her hobby, and I'll go into that more when I talk about things. And then we have Quan. He's Cuban and is kind of this muscle man tattooed guy who is facing cancer. So those are our two main characters. With that being said, let's get into this. In this book, like I said, we see Anna struggling with a loop in her hobby, violin. And violin used to be her favorite hobby, but after a video of her playing went viral, she suddenly feels pressured to do the hobby that she once enjoyed. And that's not helping anyone. So we see her kind of going through therapy and talking about what's going on. And during this part of the book where she's sitting in therapy and talking about like her hobbies and the things she's enjoyed, she says she feels like she's stuck in a loop in her hobby, and she also feels like she is too afraid to speak up for herself and what she wants because she doesn't want to, like, disappoint people or come off saying the wrong thing when she means something else. So through the part where she was talking about the things she was feeling and how she, like, masks herself to be around other people and feeling like she can't talk about that, I was like, I kind of agree with everything Anna is saying here. And then later on in the book, her therapist hands her a book of autism in females, and I'm like, uh-oh. So I was like, are cerebral palsy and autism kind of similar in ways? Because I don't think I'm autistic, but a lot of stuff Anna was saying, I was like, yep, I agree with that, or yep, I agree with this. So I was sitting there reading the book and just genuinely enjoying it. And we see her therapist kind of tell Anna, do something different, try something new to like throw you out of your comfort zone just a little bit because you're kind of burnt out doing the same hobbies over and over again. So Anna decides to go onto her phone and find a dating app because she's looking for a one night stand. So when she gets this dating app, she ends up hooking up with a guy named Quan. They were going to have a one night stand, but at first she flakes out and leaves. And to that, Quan is very understanding and very patient because it is kind of full of pressure just meeting someone you met on a dating site in person. So then she comes and they try again. And Anna doesn't know how to communicate with Quan what she wants. And slowly we see them try to meet more and more and more to have this one night stand, but it just doesn't end up happening. So the question eventually reaches of, when does a one night stand that you can't do start to become a relationship? Because at this point you've been seeing each other and seeing each other and seeing each other. Why not just say you're dating at this point? And we have dual perspectives in this book. You have Anna and you have Quan. And in the audiobook, they were actually narrated by two different people, which I thought was a nice touch. Quan is understanding of Anna and very patient of Anna. He is a very patient person and knows how to let people be people. And I think that in a way, Anna feels like she can finally be herself with him, because with her jerk of a boyfriend who apparently wanted an open relationship, she decided to give it a try, because who knows how many people her boyfriend had slept with. And this book was freaking adorable. It was just so sweet. But then her family came in the picture because her dad had a stroke. And the way her older sister treats her, she treats her like if she's not perfect, she's not good enough. And that's not okay. And she says, I'm only tough on you because I love you, but tough love sucks. It doesn't help. It just makes you feel terrible about yourself. And it just makes you feel like you never do anything right because nothing you do makes the person happy. And I'm not saying you should do stuff out of your comfort zone to make other people happy. I'm just saying when you have that sort of familial relationship, and no matter what you do or say or try, something's always wrong or something's never good enough, because you feel like, well, at this point, I just feel like I'm not good enough. With Quan, she doesn't have that. She feels like she can genuinely be herself. She doesn't have to be perfect to make him proud. And it was just these two on a chance meeting through each other's, were thrown in each other's laps because of this dating app, just finding themselves through finding each other and finding the person that they can absolutely be themselves with. And it's such a cute book. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it, but it's such a good book. And even though I got the audiobook from my library app, I think I want to get the physical copy, and that's not something I normally do. Once I read a book, even if I get the book from the library, I'm like, I don't need it anymore, I read it. But I genuinely think that I want to get a physical copy of this book because I enjoyed it that much. But I'm still reading Nicholas Sparks's The Notebook. Please do not spoil it because I haven't read it. Honestly, I might be done with this book by the time you even see this video. But I think I've rambled on long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time.